So Larry, we're here in the second biggest city in Indiana. I was surprised how big Fort Wayne is, but we're actually not in the valley. We're in Mizpah Shrine. What's going on with that?
Mizpah Shrine and the Valley of Fort Wayne have had a great working relationship over the years, and so we use their facility for most of our meetings, all of our degree work. Almost everything we do is here, but we do use some other facilities in the community for some of our other social functions.
So what do you think is the most important thing for other brothers to know about the Valley of Fort Wayne?
Fort Wayne, to me, is one of the friendliest valleys that you can be around. The brothers are always glad to meet and welcome anybody coming into the valley. We have people come in and they stay and they keep coming back. And it's because they're welcomed into the valley.
So Del, I had the honor of working with you for years while you were the director of the 33rd degree, the annual meeting. I also know you're the director of works at the Valley of Fort Wayne. Tell me, what's the comparison there? How does that work?
It's always interesting because when I was asked to be the director for 33rd degree, my main concern was whether the brothers who are active members of the Valley would take direction from a lowly 33rd myself. And I was assured that they would, and I found out very much so that they did, because they wanted to do as good a job on the 33rd degree as they possibly could for those candidates. And that same thing translates into the local valley, that each member, whether they're a 33rd member or just a regular member, is very interested in participating in the degree work and doing the best job they're possibly capable of doing, so that we do a good batch of degree work for each of those candidates that are sitting in that valley.
Yeah, I believe that. I can't wait to see the one today, but I know you have a certain philosophy about directing, since I've worked with you for years. So tell me about that philosophy that you work with.
Well, I find the philosophy is basically involved with one word that's very crucial to an actor, and that's listening. An actor needs to be able to listen to each word that's spoken on that stage, because we're transporting the audience into the present. Not King Solomon's time. We're in King Solomon's time is brought into the present, and they are seeing this happen now for the first time. So everybody in the cast has to learn to listen to each word that's spoken on that stage and react as if they're hearing it and saying it for the first time, because that's what's happening. I have a philosophy that I worked with kids in a camp, and I used to tell them that inside this eyelid, I want you to write the word louder, and inside this eyelid, I want you to write the word listen.
Yeah.
And you remember those two things, because those are very important pieces of film.
You know, I worked with Tony Award-winning directors many times in my life, and they always stressed listening as one of the best tools as an actor. So that makes you one of the best. Thank you, Del.
Thank you, Marcus.
I
Thank
appreciate
you very
it,
much.
buddy.
So Dave, you've actually embraced digital technology in a new way. Tell me about what you do here.
So it started last year. I had talked in the Valley about how I would always promote the Thursday night at the Rites, but I wanted to do watch parties throughout the Valley, because we cover 14 different counties in the northeast part of Indiana. Fort Wayne's the second largest city in Indiana, so it's easy to get centralized.
Sure.
So one of the things that we are doing with this, within about a month, I had every Thursday covered with lodges that volunteered to host a watch party. And so we're going from the north edge of our jurisdiction, which right at the lodge is like 5 minutes off of the Michigan state line. We've got a county in the far west that have hosted one this year. And then to the south, we've got another one. And so every night we're going to a different place to show the Thursday night at the Rite videos.
And how do you prepare the audience? Because they're not used to being in a valley setting. They don't even know what TNR is.
Right.
So how do you help prepare them for that?
So one of the great things that we're trying to do is let the guys know that we can make Scottish Rite Masons right here in your home lodge, in your home county.
Awesome.
If you come on a Thursday night, we open the doors at 6. At 6:30, we're gonna feed you. At 7:30, if we've got new guys, they're gonna get to watch the 4th degree, and then we all get to watch whatever degree that Thursday night's video is together. And normally, except for last week, we were out before 9.
That's so awesome. It makes it worthwhile. traveling throughout the jurisdiction and filming these when I know it's going to for a good cause.
Tom, I know that Del Proctor has been the director of works here for years, and I just had a conversation with Del. I understand that you're also working with Del to become director of works here in the future, and you've been working alongside on this 13th degree. Tell me how's that going?
It works really well. Del's an excellent mentor. I've worked with him as an assistant director for about 4 or 5 years, and I still have a lot more to learn. Del's been doing this for 45 years or more, so he knows every degree, it seems, like the back of his hand. So he coaches me along well. He leaves me alone at times to work with the cast, and they're very kind and responsive, thank God.
Well, it's about having fun and working that brothership.
Absolutely.
In all the degrees, and you're able to do that in your work.
So Steve, we're here in Mizpah Shrine, which I know, although you are the business manager for Scottish Rite and you're a Grand Lodge officer, you are the recent past potentate of this shrine.
Yes.
Larry was telling me that he thought one of the most important things that he wanted people to know about was that he believes the strength of the Valley of Fort Wayne is its friendship and brotherly love.
I agree, totally. And you know, we've done a good job. The Fort Wayne Valley started the brother-to-brother calling to get in touch with brothers, not just to call them once a year and collect news, but now we've started that here at Mizpah as well. They're calling nobles and staying in touch with our members, and that has helped the feeling of friendliness and receptive. Hey, come and visit, say hello, don't be a stranger. And of course, you're not going to find a stranger when you come here and come to one of the stated meetings.
Well, we feel it. The TNR crew, we feel the friendship when we walked into this beautiful facility. Thank you for welcoming, thank you for hosting us, and thank you for being my brother.